told you earlier that, I'm in Dunkin' Donuts because I had a power outage in my office.
Oh, I love going to Dunkin' Donuts when I visit the States. I love it. Oh,
That
look at
that's right. You in Canada, right? You don't have Dunkin' Donuts.
no. Oh, Jennifer's jealous. She loves Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh no, I'm gonna have to take the blur here so you guys can see the little Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
We have Tim Hortons here. Oh, Vic likes the
That's
peanut
right.
donut.
I've been to Tim Hortons, and it was funny because it's a replica of Dunkin' Donuts with a different name.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, we're gonna get started here. We have our spoiled agents on. We're live on Zoom, we're live on Facebook, and I am super, super excited today to learn about something that we all know about, but maybe haven't been to, or how we can get our clients there. So I'd like to welcome Frank DaCosta, the Global Sales Manager of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex.
Yay.
Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for that awesome introduction.
We're so happy to
Um,
have you join us today. Our spoiled agents are coming on live on Zoom and Facebook. And I know that you have a really, really great prize for one lucky spoiled agent that stays on to the question period. Frank, do you want to say what that is?
Definitely, we're going to invite you and a friend or a family member to come in complimentary for a full day at NASA Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. As well, you're going to get a $25 gift card to spend and buy a nice little souvenir over at our gift
Woo!
shop
I
that we have
love
so
it.
many.
So you have to stay on the question period in order to qualify. And as usual, we send everything over to Frank with all the names and things like that. If you're joining us over here on Facebook, please, I see some of you have already done it. Thank you, Sandra, and Cheryl, and Cece. Please add your email into the comments so we can send those over as well. And oh, we've got a Dunkin' Donut question.
No, we
You
do
see
not have
that?
Dunkin' Donuts, but we do have Starbucks. So that $20 is going to go on a one coffee Starbucks.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
just messing.
Jennifer's so funny. Okay, well, so maybe, and again, everyone, if you do have any questions, please only put them in the Q&A box. We're going to keep the chat. I'm confident for the oohs and the ahs today. I love it. I love it. And we'll table it at the end. So Frank, over to you, my friend. I'll let you share your screen and then I'll let you know if you can see it. And we'll take all the questions at the end. Thank you guys, and thank you for joining us.
Sure. No, thank you so much. Before I share my screen, I like to say a couple of words, a little bit about what Kennedy Space Center is all about. How about if we ping me here, right? Let's go ahead and replace the ping. There you go. As I was introduced as the global sales manager here, at Kennedy Space Center, our job has always been to, get into this new world of travel agents. We have never worked with travel agents before. We always work directly with the trade as the wholesalers. So as of this year, about a month and a half ago, we launched a whole new community for travel agents. We wanted to get into that market where the travel agents have access to us direct. So it's a really exciting thing for me because it was a baby project of mine. I've been working on this for a year. I know how important it is to travel agent, direct market it is in this industry. And with the change of the world itself, with the pandemic, I knew that the travel agents needed to have contact directly with our complex and with our and directly with us instead of using a third party. It is also going to help a lot of your clients, your guests, when they come into our complex. You have direct access in case anything happens. So, with no further ado, we have this amazing new portal that we designed and created from scratch just for you guys, where you will get commissionable. There is 3-tier commission into our travel agent portal, where the more you book, the more you build your revenue, the more discount and the more commission you will get. So that's really exciting for you guys, especially for the multi-agent agencies that have tons of people under one agency that helps you get a better commission as well. So, with no further ado, let me explain to you a little bit about Kennedy Space Center. A lot of you have heard it, a lot of you have know a little bit about it, but let me show you guys. It's a full day immersive experience about NASA, past, present, and future. That means that we here to talk about own NASA. This is own and operated by NASA in Delaware North, which is the operating company, but it's owned by NASA. And every single artifacts that you guys see when you come into this complex, they are real. They were NASA artifacts. They either went to space and came back, or they were prototype built to do the space mission. Everything here with an amazing story of the moon rocket and the moon mission, which is the Apollo mission in the 1970s. As well, we have the real Atlantis here, which was from the 1982 to 2011, the shuttle mission, which Canada have a huge amazing part of the shuttle mission. As well, a few astronauts from Canada, that went up in space with the shuttle. As well, we have the future of NASA, which is right now with Elon Musk, SpaceX, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos, Richard Branson with Galactic, Virgin Galactic, and so forth going forward. So there's just a lot going on here at the NASA Kennedy Space Center. So let me go ahead and share that screen so you guys could see everything that's happening here and a little bit about how you could spend and how can your guests spend a full day here with us at NASA Kennedy Space Center. Give me 1 second as I pop up here. I hate when I have too much screens. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Because you have Zoom, you have this, you have that. There we go. All right. So welcome to the NASA Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. It's all about family here, very educational. You want to take a day off the beautiful Disneys and Universals and SeaWorlds and everything else that we have here in Orlando, Legolands. You might want to take a day just to come out to NASA because it's an active spaceport. It's an airport for space. And it's a day-to-day working place. So I work there on a day-to-day basis. So 9 to 5 is a working environment where you actually get to see from scientist to engineer to big time scientifically people doing great work to our humanity and everything that's space and exploration. But we have this area where you actually, your guests and yourself could come out and spend a day and visit everything that NASA have to offer. And here we start exactly here. This is our main entrance. All right, so that's just a little glimpse of what you guys have to see at the Kennedy Space Center. So when you walk in right to the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, you're going to encounter our rocket garden. If you're walking among giants, this is where it tells you a little bit about the past of our history, where all these rockets are real rockets, they are organic, authentic rockets. NASA truly believes that we should never fix something that is broken. We should build from scratch because then we will have to be fixed over and over again. And safety is first. And security is the most important thing when we put a man in these rockets. We don't have a mechanical shopping space. So these are real authentic rocket that was built for different missions that is telling its story right here when you walk in and walk among giants. Right after that, you have the ability to get on a bus tour, a private tour that it's our bus that you get to see the island. The island is a private federal government island where you get to go and see the day-to-day workers. We call it Beyond the NASA's Gate, is where you get to see and get to understand what happened at the Saturn V. So as you can see, this is the map of the entire complex. See, it's huge. You thought this was a little teeny thing. It's huge. You have your lunch pads here by the beach. You have the visitor complex. Then you have the shuttle landing facility, the vehicle assembling buildings where we assemble all the rockets to take them to the port and let them and pretty much do the launches with them. Since 1962, Kennedy Space Center has been here in this island in Cape Canaveral, just by the cruise port. So a lot of you who work with cruises or big cruisers, you guys are welcome to work because we have a lot of transportation from Cape Canaveral to the visitor complex. It's only 10 minutes away in a bus. And you know, buses do drive slow. So this is the island, exactly how big the island is and everything that you get to be part of it when you come. It's a full day thing. It's just it's not a half a day, it's a full day experience.
But why, some say, the moon? Why choose this as our goal? And they may well ask, why climb the highest mountain? Why, 35 years ago, fly the Atlantic? Why does Rice play Texas? We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
When President John F. Kennedy made this speech in 1962, he set in motion an era of discovery that would change humankind forever. 7 years after he spoke these ambitious words, the world watched as Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin became the first people to walk on the moon. The achievement of the men and women who worked on the space program in these early decades of NASA helped propel the technology we use every day. NASA and the thriving private space industry at Kennedy Space Center today are the living legacy of their story. As we arrive at the Apollo Saturn V Center to learn more about that historic era, get ready to step back into a time when NASA had everything to prove to a nation focused on one goal: to be the first country to land a person on the moon.
This is the exciting part about our tour. When you are in the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, you get an opportunity to go into the Saturn V Center. This is where everything was done, the training, the preparation, the original mission control. Everything sits right here in our complex where you just heard John F. Kennedy giving that amazing speech that really set the motion for us to go to the moon. And again, this is the place where you get to walk among giants and you get to see Neil Armstrong train inside this complex. And inside this complex, you have the ability to see the Apollo 8 in motion, what we call the fire room, the original room that is set back into the 1968 aboard the Saturn V, where you get to feel the heat, the fire room where it happened. And this is the original console, the original programming, and the original screens that really, this is where everything happened on the Apollo 8. So it's immersive and it's so emotional to go in there and see that this is exactly where everything was done back in the 68, testing out the Apollo 8. After that, you get to walk under the Saturn V, one of the most amazing rocket ever built so far, including the next rocket that we're building to go to the moon. This one still outbeat that back in the days. Remember, this rocket was operated. Your cell phone today have more CPU power than this rocket, and we still took 3 men to the moon on this rocket. Inside this amazing building, you get the ultimate road trip. You get to see the moonscape, the exploring of the moon, the Ad Astra per Aspera, where we dedicated and paid tribute to the 3 astronauts that died on the fire as they were inside the capsule. The Lunar Theater, which it gives you minute by minute, second by second as we landed on the moon. And as well, the artifact of Apollo 13. A lot of us love the Apollo 13 movie with Tom Hanks. He is the American sweetheart. Tom Hanks was actually acted as Collins, the astronaut that was inside that Apollo artifacts, the Apollo 13 that was rescued on the ocean right here in the Kennedy Space Center. So we still have the original Apollo 13 capsule. That to me, every time I go in there, I still get goosebumps. And at the same time, you got the Moon Tree Garden. Now, here goes something amazing for your Canadians. So when Neil Armstrong went to the moon, fun fact, he took 35 seeds with him, and those seeds were Canadian trees. And those Canadian trees, he planted 15 seeds and brought back 15. So today, those trees are planted right here at Kennedy Space Center at the Moon Tree Garden over at the Apollo Center. Today they're huge. These trees are humongous. These trees here look small, but these are the Canadian trees. And we love to tell the Canadians that because they get so excited that the Canadian trees are planted here in Florida, in Cape Canaveral, and they get very excited. Again, after you visit the Apollo Saturn V, which is this complex right here, you get to get back on the bus and come back to the visitor complex. The main visitor complex, the first thing you will encounter is the Space Shuttle Atlantis. And there's no ship like this one. This is where you actually go into the 1982 to the 2011 mission time frame. But remember, you were in 1965 to 1974. Now you come back to the visitor complex and you encounter in 1982 to 2011. And this is where you meet the Space Shuttle Atlantis. The Space Shuttle Atlantis have been to space 33 times, had did over 3 million miles back and forth. It is one of the most mesmerized ships that you ever see. We call it orbiter because it have orbited their space. They have taken the Hubble. They have taken over 140 astronauts, have done moonwalks. As you can see, the Canadian arm. That arm was built by the Canadians that gave it to the shuttles, to the 6 other ships we had, 6 other the orbiter we had, and that's our partnership with Canada and NASA has always been an amazing partnership. And at the same time, you get to see inside this building where we have the Hubble Space Telescope, the astronaut training simulators, the ISS Truth Technology, the Forever Remember. Let's never forget that out of the 6 orbiters we had, 2 of them got destroyed, one liftoff and the other one returning. As we remember, the Columbus and the Challenger, as Columbus was coming back down in the 2011, the 2001, and the Challengers in 1985. As we were little kids, we all remember sitting in a classroom and hearing and seeing the shuttle being explored. At the same time, we got the shuttle launch experience, really cool attractions where you get to feel the vibration and you get to feel exactly how it is when you go up in space, sitting inside of a seat of an astronaut. And our launch director tour, which allow you to understand everything that happens inside mission control. The shuttle launch experience includes with your admission. Everything includes with your admission in this park, but only 3 items which will cover it. It's a 30 minutes attraction. You have to be 44-inch tall. It is accessible disabilities, and all personal items have to be stored because what happens is that you do go up in this, it's this vibration, feel like you're in a plane and the plane is going through your typical up and downs. It's really cool. It's really cool. Every day you get to encounter an astronaut. So no matter what, each day in Kennedy Space Center, you get to see an astronaut presenting. So you can never leave the complex saying, I never saw an astronaut, because they're always there. You just have to look at the schedule to make sure that you find our astronaut encounter. It's daily schedule. It's located inside the Universal Theater, wheelchair accessible, and includes with your admission. So no matter what, you will get to see an astronaut. Our Heroes in Legend is a place where we pay tribute to all of our astronauts that have given back to our community. Planet Play. This is where I say, Mom and Dad, go relax for a little bit, take an hour break, go into Planet Play. There is wine, beer, and coffee, and all type of different juices, and let your kids just run wild. It's a 3-floor Chuck E. Cheese, as we call it, because there's a lot of things you could do here, and your kids could spend about 2 hours in here, and they're still gonna cry when they go home, because they love this 3-floor interactive Planet Play, while the parents could just sit back, relax, and be pampered and be served. Let's talk about a little bit of our enhancement. Our enhancement is the chat with an astronaut, which it is a $50 fee per person. Kids pay $10 less. Where you get to eat and you get to chat with an astronaut and ask them the most intimidating question, like what made you want to be an astronaut and what inspired you to be an astronaut, or how do you use the bathroom in space? Or a question like, how did you eat? So lots of people ask them a lot of fun questions. They love it. That's what they do. And they're there to walk around you. They'll go to your table and they'll get to spend a little time with you. This is an enhancement. So that means that it does have a charge for it because it's food with your admission tickets. And we'll talk about that a little bit here. Then the other enhancement is the Explore Tour. This takes you behind the NASA's gate like never before. This is a 2-hour and 30 minutes tour with a guided, as you can see in the picture, and you get to go to places where nobody else gets to go. You got to pay for this. It's a $25 fee per person, and you drive by the vehicle assembly, and you get off, you take a picture, you go to the Historical Launches Complex 39, where you get to see 2 of our launch port, the most active launch port, and then you get to disembark and catch photos along the way. So it's really cool because you got a guide telling you what each thing are and what the history of it and what's happening now. So the tour guide will actually tell you the past, present, and future of the Explore Tour. And here is exactly what the Explore Tour does. It takes you on the yellow line here. It takes you here. It will go to this 2 launch pad, and it will bring you back and leave you at the Apollo Saturn V. Again, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Another enhancement program, which is really cool, it's called the Astronaut Training Experience. This is more of a family team building. Let's say you have a family of 4, mom, dad, sister, and brother, and they love to challenge and they love to play games and they love to challenge each other. This is a great experience. It's a 4-hour experience where they get to challenge each other throughout a whole astronaut experience. This is also great for groups and great for corporate events. So it's each module is 4 modules. Each module is an hour. Again, another enhancement. This is separate from your admission ticket. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you a little bit of the astronaut training experience. There's no sound here. I'm just going to tell you a little bit. So here's the, this is a really cool simulator where you actually get to fix the ISS space station. This is you get to walk on the moon. This you get your launch program where you get to actually go out of space and be inside of the mission control. So it's a lot of fun stuff. There's always a director who's directing you for what things you need to do. Another exciting things that we have that you guys are going to be able to purchase through our travel portal is Rocket Lunch. That is a bucket list for some of you have never seen. This is a bleacher area where you get to have an amazing view and you can see across from the river. That is a rocket being launched. So you get to see rocket launch from 3 different viewing area. The Banana Creek launch viewing area, which is this picture. The Atlantis North viewing area, which is over at the visitor complex. And the LC-39 observation gantry, which is actually a tower with 6 floors where you get to go as high as you can and see launches from there. So it's a bucket check. It's a bucket list to make sure you ever have one of your guests come out and see. Now, if you want to see our launch schedule throughout the year is in our website. So you always have the ability to see it in our website. We will add a little calendar in our portal. So when you're inside the portal, and booking the tickets for guests, you could actually already tell them, hey, there's a launch happening this day. So that way they could be like, oh, I want to be part of that. So they're able to see it. There will be an upsell for lunch, which is a separate ticket. It always average from a $25 upsell upgrade, or sometimes they could average to 199. So if there's a astronaut, 4 astronaut, like the Polaris that's about to go up next week, there's probably going to be about $150. But if there is just satellites and Starlink program or something that's happening, it's probably only a $25 upgrade value. Always check the website so you can see what's happening. It changes constantly. And we continue exploring. Don't forget that NASA now have all the commercial space partner, like the Aero, Rocketdyne, the Boeing, the Lockheed Martin, the Sierra, the SpaceX, and the ULA, and Blue Origin. That's just coming on board as well. Gateway is one of our newest attraction. With Gateway, I'm gonna have play a video for you. Gateway is one of our newer attraction. It's a beautiful building. As you can see, this big booster right here is the Falcon 9, Elon Musk Falcon 9. It's sitting right here. This rocket is the one that took the Tesla to space and is the first rocket to come back standing. So Elon Musk wanted to pretty much show it off and just gave it to us here at NASA for us to display it for you guys to see it. This little black one right here with the NASA logo, this is actually the Orient from Lockheed Martin. This is actually the capsule that's going to be taking us back to the moon. As you know, the Artemis program is already it's its second year core. We are going back to the moon, guys. And guess who's going to be the first person to walk on that moon? It's going to be a woman astronaut, an African-American woman astronaut. Her name is Jennifer Anakin. She is only 33 years old. She's amazing. She's been already in space 2 times. She already lived at the ISS space station for 6 months, and she'll be our commander to take us back in the moon. And this time, instead of Neil Armstrong landing on the moon and saying that amazing phrase that he says, it will be a woman who will be doing that this time around. And this is actually set for the next 2 years, which will be going back to the moon. But guess what? This year, we actually have 4 astronauts that will be orbiting the moon. And guess what? There will be 1 Canadian astronaut in that whole 4 out of the astronaut. He's really excited. He's going all over the place right now. Doing a lot of promotion about it. So Gateway, I love it. In the second floor of Gateway, there is in the second floor of Gateway, there is an attraction, just like soaring in Epcot, where you get to soar throughout the red planet, the planet Mars, which is our treasure tree. That's where we're going. That's for the next 20 years. We are set to go to the red planet. We want to know what happened to that planet. That planet used to be like ours, planet Earth, but now is a desert. It's a planet with no living, with no water. So we want to understand what happened there. Would this happen to us as well? So we're going to explore further to go to the red planet and start studying and understanding this planet and how can we avoid whatever happened there happening to our planet Earth. Remember, NASA is not only an agency for space, but is an agency for research and exploration. It's an agency that gives back to humanity. When you come here at the Atlantis Pavilion, you will see the many spin-offs that NASA gave back to humanity, including us right now, talking in this Zoom call and seeing this amazing videos and picture. This is a NASA doing way ahead of us, but now we could do it ourselves. So those are spin-off that NASA was able to give us. But let's go ahead and see what's the next trajectory for the next 10 to 15 years with NASA. And why it's important for you to be here.
2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff.
Artemis 1 will lift off from Launch Pad 39B at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida
That's a
with
launch pad.
8.8 million pounds of thrust provided by the most powerful rocket in the world, our Space Launch System rocket, or SLS. The uncrewed flight will be the first integrated test of SLS, our new Orion spacecraft, and exploration ground systems at Kennedy. Artemis 1 will send Orion beyond the moon, 280,000 miles from Earth, farther than any human spacecraft has ever flown.
This is not NASA doing this. This is the United States of America doing this program, the Artemis program, and there are companies all across our country that have a part in it, so there is kind of this wave of excitement being generated just by saying, we're going back to the moon.
After the upper stage of the rocket separates from Orion, the upper stage will deploy small satellites over several days to perform science experiments and technology demonstrations. Orion will make its multi-day outbound trip to the moon, propelled by a service module provided by the European Space Agency. Engineers will test Orion's systems on the way to the moon. Then, Orion will fly about 60 miles above the lunar surface, using the moon's gravity and engines on the service module to enter a lunar orbit. After about a month and a total distance of over 1 million miles, Orion will return home, faster and hotter than any spacecraft has before. A primary goal of Artemis 1, ensure Orion safely returns to Earth before we fly with humans. When we do, we'll build our capability for sustainable lunar exploration, preparing us for missions farther into the solar system.
Initially, what we'd like to do is start establishing a presence on the moon. So we're going to establish going back there on a regular basis, and then we'll end up setting up Gateway, and we would launch to the Gateway, and from Gateway, land on the surface of the moon.
We are there for, weeks, months on end. And there, we're going to be able to test out all the hardware and the habitats and the hatches and the suits and the rovers that'll allow us to prove out those technologies. The moon will lead the way to Mars, and we should be there within the next couple of decades.
So Artemis is our next big thing here at NASA Kennedy Space Center. And look at that. That is the astronaut Jessica Watkins that will be walking on the moon. Here in just 2 more years, she'll be all over the news everywhere worldwide. So that's our next big thing here in NASA Kennedy Space Center. Our Spaceport KSC, which I told you is a really cool attraction that you get to soar throughout 4 different planets. And you get to see this really cool, you get to choose from the Red Planet to the Enchanted Worlds, to the Cosmic Wonder, to the Daring Explorer. Those are different scenery that you could actually go through, or you could go to one of each, just make the line again. I have seen people doing all 4 of them. Another big thing is our Hyperdeck. Hyperdeck is a really cool VR. This is more than just 4K VR. This is like a 20K VR, where the floor moves with winds and cold water and every single thing that happened within the 5 senses will be utilized at this VR. So you really feel immersed and really feel the experience that's where you are when you put on those VR glasses. It's very immersive experience. Another big thing that we have is our Blue Origin, the Blue Origin capsule, which actually went to space and came back. You actually get to walk inside, sit in it, feel it, and see a quick VR aspect of when Jeff Bezos and the other 5 people that he took with him to space for 15, 20 minutes. So that's really a cool little thing that we have. Another thing we do for the holidays, we have holidays in space. It starts December 15th to January 1st. Every year keep getting extended. So we don't know, maybe next year will be December 1st all the way through December 31st or January 1st. Our holiday in space is where we get to share with you how our astronauts spend the holidays. Remember, they're up there, they're not with their family. How do they spend the holidays? What do they do? How do they celebrate? So there is firework, there is projection, there is a whole setup, music, entertainment. This is exactly how holiday in space look like on any given day. With that cow, we go all out holiday because hey, NASA celebrate Christmas too. It's not only Mickey and Universal. Well, so that's pretty much it. This is my presentation to you guys about what NASA Kennedy Space Center has to offer. We have a 1-day admission, a 2-day admission, and then the enhancement. Now, what I'm gonna do to make this a little bit fun for you guys is show you guys the portal and how to use the portal. Because I'm sure a lot of you are gonna wanna log into the portal. So here is our beautiful travel agent portal. It's a very simple portal. It's actually created by Full of Dreams Technology, which is a company that we hired to be the third-party accounting system for us.
Actually,
They're the
Frank, we
one who's
only
gonna.
see your presentation.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I think it's
Hello.
good now.
Yeah, because when you, hello, it's me again. Let me go ahead and share. Let me go ahead and share the portal here with you guys. Thank
No
you for
worries.
that. Here we go.
There it is. Perfect.
Again, so we hire a third party called Full of Dreams Technology. It's a company that is very well known with theme parks and travel agents. So they're the one who's going to be responsible to sending you all that check because we don't know how travel agents monthly check and all that and the reconciliation. So we hired them. We brought it in as a third party company to not only manage the site, to manage the connectivity, to manage the commissionable payments. So we still are owned and operated by us, but they're just that third party that's there to help us and do all the legwork for us. So for those of you who have never yet signed up, it's a very simple process. You click here for the first time. If you are the 26 people that are here, if you have not registered yet, it's a very simple process. You click here, create a new account. All we want is your name, your last name, your agency name. If you are multi-agency and you're here and you work for, let's say, a multi-agency, Donkey's agency, and you're part of the Donkey agency, you have to go to your Donkey agency main person and ask them to register for you. And then they will then add your name. Because if you are multi-agency and you register right now, you will have to put on your bank information and all that. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. But if you are your own agent, and if you're a private agency, and it's my business, I own, I don't work for multi, or maybe my multi is just for marketing purpose, nothing else. The money, the 10% commission comes directly to me, then this is where you want to be. Your agency name, address, if you have an IATA, if you have a CLEAR, if you have an ACTA, a lot of you from Canada, you could use your ACTA, or people from UK, you could use your ECTWA. Here you put your email address, and here you will put a password. Remember this password, because this is the same password you will be logging in. So let's say after you do that, you're going to receive an email saying, hi, we are vetting you. We're checking to make sure you're real, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. That means that the Full of Dream team are going to IATA, CLEAR, ACTA, or EWA. Just double check to see if you're real travel agents, because we have had people that were not travel agents, and we don't want to give access to people who are not travel agents. And it defeats the whole purpose, right? They could buy directly from our site. After you do that, what you want to do, you're going to sign in. Now you're going to use your user, your email that you created, and remember the password you created. So you just got to remember that. After you get another email from us saying, hello, Mrs. Hilda, you are now confirmed. You have authorization to use our portal. Thank you. Here's the details what you need to do. That means that now they authorize you. You're good to go. Your email and your password is ready to go. You log in. When you log in, it's going to take a little bit. Remember, I'm in Dunkin' Donuts. When you log in, the first thing that's going to pop up for you is this. It's going to have your name up here. It says agency Frank DaCosta, that's me. Here is where you're going to choose between commission and net. Everybody that's in here should choose commission. Net is only for international people in the UK, people in the Asian market, because their bank account can now connect with our bank account, they have to use net. But commission, but you guys are all here, that are North America and Canada, you should be commissionable. So here's what you're going to be putting, again, all this information, the manager name, in case I need to contact a manager, that's the manager name, that's the name, all the information, the website, blah, blah, blah. Your clear will automatically, and your yada will automatically come up, so you don't have to worry about that. Here's the important part. If you are multi, you have to put the multi agent here because you're going to distribute that commission. If you are just your own travel agent, you own your own business, you might have 2 or 3 people working for you, but it's you, the owner. Here's where you're going to put your bank, like this, Chase Bank, the routing number, the account number, and the SWIFT number. This is where we're going to send that check to you on your monthly basis. Now, here you can put any comment you want. If you want wire transfer, ACH, if you want whatever you want, how you want to get that payment. Here is where you're going to create agents inside your travel agents. Let's say I have 3 people that work for me. I have Demo, Frank, Emmy, and Joshua. 4. Those are my team. So I'm going to create a user for them and a login for them myself, for them to have access, so I can have control of what they're doing. Oh, who booked this 10 tickets for Kennedy? Oh, it was Joshua Sacosta. Oh, okay, Joshua, is everything okay? Yeah, everything's good. I booked it for this family. Oh, great, good job. You understand? So that's how you have control. Now, let's go to the welcome. Here is our products. This is going to be our product, but I'm not going product yet. Let's go into my reservations. On my reservation, you kind of familiar with this if you work with Disney DTA, Disney Travel Agents, kind of similar to theirs. Matter of fact, we kind of copy it, don't tell them, but kind of similar. So here is a confirmation number for that particular ticket. Here is the guest information, the dates and all the detail. And this says that they already paid. This is actually say pending payment. This is where you click and pay now. So this is just a reservation. The guests haven't yet decided if they're going to go or not. Now, on this one, Miss River Paul, she already paid. That means that I owe your commission $16.26. I haven't paid. I already paid your commission as well. Your commission is green. That means it's paid. Here's another perfect example. Mrs. Perlata Maxiliano. She already paid, but the commission is pending. My team have not paid your commission yet. It's $12.59 pending to be sent to you. When it's green, that means you must have received it and the bank was transferred to you. This one have not. So what we do is we pay on a monthly basis. We could give you a lump sum. So instead of putting in $16, I could see already people already, I could see people already registered. Take it easy. Let's see who just registered out of this group, because I love to see that. Let's see, I think Bruce Holt from Lexington, Canada. He just registered. We are teaching you. I love to do that, guys. Don't get me, I'm a joker. Anyway, so this is what you're gonna see. Now, here's the cool part. Let's say Miss Paul Rivers come to you and say, hey, I'm at the park right now, and I completely forgot to download my tickets. I don't know where my tickets. You could simply just click here, and here is your e-ticket, and you could just send your e-ticket for the entire family for Mr. Rivers, and Mr. Rivers now goes straight to the turnstile. You could just download this, save it, and attach it to his email. Send it to him by text, by WhatsApp, whatever it is. So now he have that ticket right there, and you were a lifesaver. You were the greatest travel agent, and he will book you and refer you and just say you're the best, right? So this is a great opportunity for you to download your ticket. Now, the reason why this one doesn't have, because this is still pending. Until they don't pay, you cannot have access to download the e-ticket. They have to pay you, that you have to put their credit card to have access. Now, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and talk about the products. You guys just learned about the products right now. So product number 1 is the promotion we have right now. Let's compare this promotion. So right now you go to the by admission is $72.33. That's already with tax. So you don't have to add tax here. Here, this system already adds the tax for you. All you have to do is say, okay, I want to buy this ticket for my client. You need to select the day. It's important. It's not reservation based. It's just for us to know and forecast that he probably might come on the 30th. But here's the great thing about this ticket. It's 360 days open. That means he could come 1 year starting today that you booked that ticket. So if he can't come on the 30th, if he wants to come a month from the 30th, he could still go in with this ticket. Again, the ticket costs $72.33. That is the price. Here shows your commission, $6.29. Remember, the commission is from the 6604, not because we cannot pay tax on commission. You all know that. So even though he's paying $72.33, his total, your commission is $6.29 because it's from the 6604, which is your net rate. So when they're ready to play, this is the coolest part. Here you're gonna put in all the information of the guest, every single information you need. And let's say he's the one paying, right? Let's say Mr. Johnson is the one paying. You could actually put his email and you could actually, let's go ahead and do this for me. Sorry about that. I think I froze here for a second. But typically when you put all the information, here we go, Mr. Let's go ahead and put Frank DeCosta. All right, so Frank DeCosta, his information is here. Enter the payment method. So here, let's say you don't want to take that credit card from Mr. DeCosta. And Mr. DeCosta is very picky about his credit card. He doesn't want you to take it. You could actually get a link. This link, you could actually copy this link and send it to Mr. DeCosta and say, hey, Mr. DeCosta, here's the link for you to make that payment for your tickets for Kennedy Space Center. Immediately, Mr. DeCosta will get that link. Another screen will open up really cool where he put his credit card. More people are signing up. You put that credit card, and then you don't have to see it, touch it, and you know he can never blame you for anything that happened on that credit card because he's doing it himself. The moment he clicks pays, all this will be paid and done, and then your ticket will be, if you go to my reservation again, you're gonna see now that Frank DeCosta have another ticket here. See, now there's that ticket. This is that confirmation number. We're waiting for Mr. DeCosta to pay. Mr. DeCosta have not paid yet. The moment he pay, this would then say, this would then be like this. Oops, sorry. I'm going too fast for you guys. This will say payment status paid. You will have the ticket showing over there. Your total will be here. That's it. It's very easy. Let's go back to the welcome. Here is our, let's do a rate comparison, right? So the price for this ticket is $72.33. If you go to our website, this is the Kennedy Space Center consumer website, and that guest is gonna say, you know what, I wanna see if I'm getting a good deal. Our price is $75. That's our price. Your price is $72.33. Look at the big difference you're getting here. So if the guest comes to my website to double check to see if you were doing a good job for him, he's gonna see that it's $75 without tax. Now, if he goes to buy the admission, he buys that 1 day admission, that 1 day, he's going to select that day. So we're going on the 30th. He's gonna throw that in the car. This is him trying to see if he's getting a good deal with you as well. Because not only you're getting a commission, but you're getting a better deal. You don't want any of the extras. So the price that gas, Mr. Johnson, his total price will be $86.24. Your price is $72.33. His price, $86.24. Your price, $72.33. That means that you are getting a better deal, not only a better deal to sell, but you're also getting a commission to sell him a cheaper rate. But that's a great thing that we're giving you guys here. Over here, this little coded thing here is your needle, which tells you the sales counter. This is where you're gonna start at from $1 to $5,000. That's the 10% commission. From orange, when you move to orange, it's from 5 to 10,000. That commission goes up 2%, 2%, 2% until you reach a point of 15% commission. Nobody gives 50% commission on attraction. But Kennedy Space Center will be giving 15% commission on attraction to travel agent. I want to see lots of clapping. I could see more people signing up. Where's the clapping? I just see hearts. I gotta see hearts and clapping. Again, nobody, Disney, Universal, nobody gives 15% commission to travel agents for attraction. So y'all better start booking. All right, now let's go to we're almost done here. Let's go here so now you know your agent setting is where you're going to create new agents and where you're always gonna change any information we need to know. My reservation is gonna be all your reservations book that's pending or that's already done. Your home is gonna be where your product is. But on this side, we also have 3 things here. Marketing tools. Marketing tools is where you're going to be able to get any type of marketing. So when you log in, you're going to be given a username and password. And when you get that username and password, you're going to have access to the Lightbox. The Lightbox is going to give you all these amazing pictures right here for you to put on your website, for you to use on your Instagram accounts. It's gonna give you all these amazing images for you to market us and market right. I am giving you the copyright to use these images. That means that you could always go back and get images, and I always update new images. So that is marketing tools. Training tools. We partner up with Visit Orlando Travel Academy. When you do the Visit Orlando Travel Academy and you do the Kennedy Space Center, you automatically get 2 complimentary tickets after you get your certification. If you certify every year you get 2 complimentary tickets with us. Another clap and lots of little hearts. Can you guys wait for me to finish so you could register? Everybody's registering now. What's the last thing so we could finish? And that's pretty much it. So you got your marketing tool, your training benefits, and again, the most important thing, your KPI and your details information. And then you could sign out. That's it. It's user-friendly, easy, and I am done. We are done. Congratulations, you all made it. Susan, so yours.
Wow, that was fabulous. Like, bravo. What a great learning tool. I loved all the attractions. This was really great. We're getting lots of comments from everyone saying this is a really great presentation today. So something different. Thank you. Thank you. So we have some questions on Facebook. We have some questions in Zoom. Oh, look at that great webinar. Oh, I see them all popping up. They love you, Frank. They love you.
Thank you.
Okay, so a couple of questions and some comments. I think it's always important to mention the comments as well. Bria on Facebook said, when I was just 8 years old, I went and visited. It lasted forever. It had a huge impact on my life. I always recommend the Kennedy Space Center for families heading to Florida.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm a proud and very passionate crew member there. I'm an employee for NASA, and it's amazing. There's so much that NASA did to humanity. A lot of people just don't know how many things NASA gave to us to live a better life.
Yes. Also a question on Facebook, Cece's asking, are the rocket launch tickets refundable if the launch is canceled?
So yes, so remember, if you're here within the North America, it's much easier. But if you're international, I usually try to tell people that if there's a lunch that day, stay within the complex. But what happened is that lunch scrubs a lot, right? So today, tomorrow, like right now, we have a lunch that have scrubbed 4 times already, just this week. So I had a Canadian guy who came up to me. I was walking in the park. He saw me with my badges and stuff. He came to me and he said, hey, mate, I've been here for 4 days trying to see this lunch. I told him, go get your money because it's not going up. And it launched and it's cropped again. And I said, just go because based on what I'm hearing, there's a leak. They're going to try to fix that leak. It's not guaranteed. Don't waste your time. Get your money back. So yes, you could get your money back within the 3 tries. And international, we're very flexible with international because we know they have to go back. We know they don't live here. We know that they can't come back. We're very flexible. But
Okay,
yes.
that's good. That's great to hear. Just Najida is on Facebook saying she's actually going in December. Awesome. And there's someone else on Zoom that said they're going also. Let me just see who it was. Oh, Vic is planning a visit in February. Awesome.
All right,
Okay.
Vic.
Okay, so here's some questions. So
Make
Jennifer's
sure you get your complimentary tickets with the Academy.
That's it. So that's also a good point. In order to do all the special this program, I put the spoiled agent link, linking to the page for Frank's page, which is under tour operators. And then you'll see the Kennedy Space Center there. Okay, guys. So just so you know, and the link has been put on Facebook and on Zoom. And also, Frank, I added your agent portal, the new link as well on Facebook and Zoom a couple of times. So Jennifer's asking, so are the extra ones like SpaceX launch, chat with an astronaut, things like that, is that also commissionable for the agents?
Yes, the whole package is commissionable. Anything that you buy inside the portal is commissionable because you need admission to come in, and that admission ties in with that chat with an astronaut that it have a 10%. So yes, so when you go to the portal, if you see the chat with an astronaut admission comes out to like 120, that is the commission for that. So it's $120 commission right there.
So there's something just popped up on Facebook. I think it's super important. Manda said, "You sold me on going. I never thought I would be going until now. Excellent presentation." Let's go
Thank
together,
you.
Manda.
Please, thank you.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the questions. Really great. I think it's important to say the good stuff. Okay, so Jennifer has a good question. So Jennifer is with a host agency. So does a host agency have to set up the account and then the agent books under that? How is that how it
Correct.
works?
Yeah. So if you are host agency and the commission and you split commission with your individual agents, the only way for you to have control of those agency is the agents is to build your account, and then under it where it says travel agent profile is where you add your 100, 200. We could fit up to 500 agents inside the profile, and we already have travel agent next door already created one.
Yep, that's
And
yep.
yeah, and the magical something already created one. So you have to make sure that you let the manager, your manager, know about the travel portal, and then the manager and ask her, I want to be part of it. Because like travel agent next door told me that not everybody want to sell Kennedy, so she's not going to give it to everybody unless somebody asks her to add them to the portal.
So there you go, Jennifer, your host agency is set up. Okay, Nicole's asking, is there an email address I can provide my agency if they have any questions before they sign up? Is there any like a chat box or anything on your portal? Oh,
I'm
it's
your
Frank.
man.
It's Frank.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm having agents send me emails. Much of I spend about an hour answering emails. I also just created a video of how to use it. So I will actually add that video into spoiler webinar on their page there, which
Okay.
it says training on the portal. We just finished creating a training on the portal, exactly like I just did, but more quietly, more relaxing. So
Okay,
it shows you everything, including the rate, checking the rate on our website, like I did, versus the rate in the portal.
Okay, so we will update that when we get it from our end, and we look forward to that. Thank you, Frank. Okay, so also, and I put Frank's email a couple times on Zoom, on Facebook, so it's covered. Jennifer's asking, is there an affiliate link I can send to my clients to book themselves but still get the commission?
Unfortunately, we're not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
We're a little bit, we didn't want to do that because it was going to become a little bit crazy. So we'd rather right now have you book it for them, but they still will get the link to pay it.
Okay. Cheryl on Facebook says, ditto. You also sold me. She wants to go too. Let's all go together, guys. Amazing. Well, you did a really, really great job. Frank, it was excellent. Everyone loved it. They love the new portal, a great opportunity for them. And I think it's super important in case anyone missed it. The advantage of going to the portal is your clients are going to get a better price but going through you. So that is big, big, big. So you guys make sure that you offer this to your clients for sure.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's what we want. We want to be able to do that for you guys now because it's opening, but eventually it will be the same price as our website. But right now it's what we're trying to push to you guys.
So that's great. That's huge news. A great advantage as a travel advisor out there to be able to sell it. So good job on you, Frank, for sure.
No, thank you. I wanted, like I mentioned in the beginning, I wanted to get into this community. This community means a lot for me, and I know how important this community of travel agent is. There's like almost a million travel agents out there, so there's nobody else better than sell the product when you know the product and you can explain to your guests. So thank you all for the great, amazing job you guys do on, just putting together an itinerary for the guests. I use travel agents just today.
Oh, don't forget, there's like one lucky spoiled agent that's going to win 2 passes and a $25 gift card. So if you get an email from Frank after the long weekend, we know Frank's getting ready for the long weekend. He's at Dunkin' Donuts already. So
Because there's no power in my house.
if you get an email from Frank next week, you know what? You're going to the Kennedy Space Center. Yay! To the visitor complex. Amazing. All right. Well,
Yes,
listen, I want to
please.
thank you for your time, Frank. You did a great job. And for all the spoiled agents, if you're in the Toronto area like myself, for joining us over lunch, maybe it was coffee for you if you're in Western Canada. So thank you, Frank, for everything and all the spoiled agents. You did a great job.
Thank you so much, Susan. Thank you so much, spoiler agents, and looking forward to hear from you guys.
Okay. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Frank.